There's been a lot happening with our reptiles lately. Let us tell you what's been going on. Our ball pythons Anastasia and Henry have moved into their forever homes with a brand new enclosure from Mid-Florida Displays.
We ended up with a 4x2x2 by mistake. So our old enclosure was probably about like 15 by 18 by something else. It was a lot more stout.
Yeah, about here.
Right. So my plan was to stack those and then have them have the whole length of the enclosure. So I ordered the wrong enclosure by mistake. Now that was totally my fault. But you know, the snakes both seem happy with the space. They're both using the vertical enrichment, so it ended up working out. Ideally, we'd like a longer enclosure, but the space should be just fine long term for them.
Yeah.
So they seem quite happy.
Yeah, see, she's going in and out. He's hanging out.
Did you see that yawn?
Yeah.
Did you see the yawn? That was perfect. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Like, is that cute?
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we're happy with it. I think they'll be just fine with this for the rest of their lives. They can stretch out for the most part.
Move around pretty freely.
And they're really seeming to enjoy the large glass and watching us.
Yeah, they see us a lot more now.
Yeah.
She's actually been going from hide to hide, which before she was only in that one, so she's been moving around.
Yeah. And then they like to go on top of the net to beg.
Yeah.
And to get our attention. So it's been working out. So I don't see any reason to change what we've been doing. You know, if my wife lets me buy another green tree, maybe we'll move the green trees to this, and then, you know, we got options.
Well, so. For now, they're happy. This is working well. In other news, we've added a new member to our family. Introducing 19, otherwise known as Shukawato.
Yeah, we purchased this gorgeous, healthy baby from S&J Reptiles out of West Palm Beach, Florida. It is a Biak Lyra Aru, if I'm understanding and pronouncing this stuff correctly.
Yeah, this is all new to us.
It sounds like it's like 3 genetic pools. We don't know a lot about it. We've learned a lot about ball pythons, but this is our first green tree python. It's a completely different animal, completely different behavior. There are some similarities. They both like to beg.
Yeah.
So they both like to beg for food. This one's already begging for food, and it's super cute because like this version of begging is adorable because it'll go like on the perch and then it like wiggles around its little tail.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It is so freaking adorable. This thing is so little, delicate, and fragile, and it's just so cute. And it's deceptively big because it's always on the perch, so it looks small,
and it's condensed.
It's condensed. But like when you see it like unfurled, it's actually about 1 foot long, I would say.
Yeah, it's probably about this pole length, maybe.
Even longer, I think. This morning I came out. So we've had it. We picked it up. What was it? Last Thursday.
Friday.
We picked it up last Friday, and it instantly took to its new enclosure. No issues there. I really dialed in the enclosure. I'll talk about what I did there in a second. But I came out this morning and it was exploring at the bottom of the tank, and I was like, oh no, something must be wrong.
Yeah.
And I Googled right away, and it's apparently at night, that's what they do. They just kind of go around their enclosure and check things out. And
probably same thing they do in the wild. They check things out at night, see if there's bugs or whatever they're looking for.
Yeah, they explore. But anyways, grounding is not that big of a deal if it happens at night. But
you must like it.
But grounding during the day is apparently bad because that means that, number one, they're not supposed to be up during the day that much.
Right.
But that means that they're probably uncomfortable if they're going to the ground during the day. At night, it's not a big deal, but
more
during
like
the day.
a hunting thing.
Yeah. And that's how they get to another perch, find water, things like that.
Where are you going now?
So, yeah, he's on the move. So we're testing out our new perches. It's probably a good segue for me to kind of talk about the enclosure a little bit. Oh, I did want to mention our purchase experience with S&J. So, honey, if you wouldn't mind showing the little card.
Yeah. Now that I don't know what he is doing.
So it was really nice because S&J, they had the feeding schedule from the date it was birth.
Like the date when the eggs were laid.
Yeah, like everything, every detail.
Every feeding.
Right, every single feeding, what they ate, how big it was. But when is the birthday?
Let's see. Hatch date was 9/18.
Yeah. So we got every single detail. We're able to get a feeding in, and we were actually really happy with that S&J did not feed the animal prior to giving it to us.
Right, it was like 9-10 days, something like that.
Yeah, and that actually really helped with the transition because the animal came to us hungry.
So it was starving.
It was
for when
starving,
you got it, yeah.
And so it was really easy to get him to have his first meal in the new enclosure. And I used that opportunity to kind of let him loose and explore. I didn't force the new enclosure on him. I just kind of opened up the container and let him come out on his own. And I think that's a big reason why the transition went so smoothly. But seems totally happy, totally content.
Well, even look at this.
I know.
It's like
totally happy.
Not like a lollipop, and it's just, man,
Right.
he's so unreal.
You know, why don't you let it climb into the, why don't you put it up top there, see if it'll climb off the stick so we can put the stick back in. See if it'll come off the thing. There you
He's
go.
looking.
He's looking. Ah, there he goes.
We've noticed that they take a little longer to think about things and make a decision on what they're doing.
It's taking off. Look at that.
Yeah, he's on the move today, man.
Whoa, whoa, don't worry, he's okay. All right, so now I got to put the bamboo back in so they pop in and out. But let me get a close up of the new enclosure.
Oh, yeah.
A nice shot of Andy's boobs for this one, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about the enclosure. So the enclosure is actually the ball python's old enclosure. So I was able to repurpose it. I drilled a couple vent holes in the side for ventilation. I got the LED lights. I got the heating element on top. I really went to town, and I was able to get this done before we got the animal, and we're running about like on the high side, like 90 on the upper perch, like 83 or so on the bottom during the day. And then at night, it's a pretty consistent 83, 80 to 83. So it's right in that wheelhouse. I have the automatic mister, so the humidity's running between 40 and 70% all day long. Not too wet, but not too dry. The animal seems perfectly content in this enclosure. So I think I really nailed it and dialed it in. And we have a happy little green tree python. So we're very excited about this. And again, thank you to S&J for providing such a healthy, happy little baby. We can't wait to watch this little guy grow up. Now, we don't know if it's a girl or a boy, and we won't know for quite some time. But the names that we've picked out are non-gender specific. So we'll see if we stick with the Aztec name or not. But we got some time to think about it. But thanks for watching, everyone.